Hey YouTube! It's the Friday before Easter and I'm doing a marathon of things in the kitchen. I have got cookie dough in the fridge right now. I am going to be starting on a Whopper cheesecake for Easter Sunday, and we're also going to make Easter bread a little bit later. This is a big cheesecake, and this is the cheesecake that made me famous. When I had a cake bakery, I used to do cheesecakes for wedding cakes. I had a bride who ordered this as a wedding cake, 3-tiered, stacked, iced with white chocolate cream cheese frosting, and she actually came back every year for 8 years after that and ordered one of these for her husband for his birthday. And she actually tracked me down after I closed the shop and found me through our other business website and sent me an email like, is this you? Do you still make that cheesecake? And I didn't make it for her, but I gave her the recipe. Like, you know, it's not a secret. So I'm going to share this with you now. And this, if you love a deep, dense, rich, creamy cheesecake, this is the one for you. I have got the oven heated up to 350. I've got 5 tablespoons of melted butter here. We have got 1 1/3 cups of graham crumbs here. If you don't have the ready-made graham crumbs, this is about 11 or 12 crackers worth. 2-ish tablespoons of sugar, and we're going to use that to make the crumb. This takes 2.5 pounds of cream cheese, so this is a big, heavy cheesecake. I've never made it as the smaller one, so make this when you have a big party. It goes in a big 9-inch pan and it will fill this all the way. So it is big, a big, deep, wonderful cheesecake. I can't wait. Because we need to bake the crust first, I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar and just kind of stir it around a little bit with the crumbs just to distribute the sugar in there like that. And we're gonna just add that right to the butter. And my secret is I've been known to make this a little more than you think you need because I actually love this stuff so much. I'll just snack on it before, you know, when it's going in the pan to cook. And that makes it where it's not enough for the cake. So make extra if you love this sort of thing. And then once you have this fairly just evenly combined, so it's even crumbs all moist with butter and sugar, I'll just dump it right in. Make sure you get all of it. And then just take a spatula, or you can use your hands if you want, and I'll just kind of shake it around so it's even across the bottom of this springform. And I love a springform pan for this because you can unclip this, run a knife around the cheesecake when you're done, unclip it, and then you have the bottom tray to serve it with. But this particular one, I've done cheesecake a lot of ways. There's another way you can do it where you use a water bath, so you have a very moist, you know, the cheesecakes that are more moist and creamy. This one bakes at a high temp. I'm gonna get a little offset spatula. I'm gonna use it to kind of get it. You want to make sure it's pretty even going in the oven. I'm gonna just press it in, and then that is going in the oven for 5 minutes, and we're going to take it out and let it cool before we mix up the batter and get that in here and put it back in the oven. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, we're going to pull that out and just carefully set it aside on a rack. We want that to cool all the way down before we continue with the batter. And while that is cooling down and we're going to get ready to make the batter, we're going to preheat the oven to 500 degrees. Yes, you heard me right. 500 degrees. And you really want to make sure that your ingredients are at room temperature for this, especially the cream cheese, because you want it to be soft enough to beat and be really, really smooth, which we will get to here shortly. 2.5 pounds of cream cheese. Oh my goodness, this is so big. We are going to be using 7 eggs, but we're going to be using them as 5 whole eggs and 2 large egg yolks. And these are big. These are nice, big, extra big eggs. We have got a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, about 3/8 of a teaspoon of lemon zest, or you could use a teaspoon of fresh grated lemon zest. We've got 3 tablespoons of flour, a 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and 1 3/4 cups of organic sugar. And since we want the cream cheese especially and the cream and eggs to all be at room temp, I actually will cut those 1/2 pound pieces of cream cheese into quarters just so they can come up to room temp a little bit quicker. So I'm about to start whipping this cream cheese, and here are my tips to make a perfect cream cheese. You don't want to, first of all, you don't want to incorporate any air, so everything is kind of beaten at fairly smooth, lower speeds. You definitely want this cream cheese to be super, super room temperature because we're going to be beating it until it's smooth. And I'm going to beat this for 30 seconds, and then I'm going to scrape it all down and scrape off the beater, scrape everything off, the whole sides of the bowl, beat it again, because I will tell you, when you're making cheesecake, once I start adding the eggs and the cream, any liquid that goes into this, any lumps that are left in that cream cheese they're there to stay. They're not going away. So the smoother you can get this right now before we add the eggs and the liquids, the creamier and smoother your cheesecake is going to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on for about 30 seconds and we'll watch it and see how smooth we can get it. All right, that looks really nice and smooth and whippy, but I want to go around this whole entire bowl, and I will actually drop the bowl down and take the beater off, and I'm going to actually just clear everything off and make one more pile of cream cheese and give that another blend just to make sure we don't have any lumps in this cream cheese once the liquids hit it. Especially with these big KitchenAids, the beater, you can end up with quite a bit of cream cheese that might get in this, these little nooks and crannies of the beater itself. So I will actually go along and just clear all of it out as much as I can. This is nice and room temp too, so the more room tempy you can get it, the better chance you're gonna have of having a really nice, smoothly whipped cream cheese before we start adding any of the liquids. And then I'll just go around and take everything off the sides and the bottom, especially on this is a big 6-quart KitchenAid. The bottom, occasionally you will end up with a little bit of cream cheese or even your batters that you're making for cookies and things that will just be a little bit on the very bottom that'll line the bottom of the bowl. So I will actually get down and just really make sure that that is all really cleared out and scrape down off of all the sides. And that looks really nice and smooth. I'm just gonna give it one more push with the beater, but it feels really smooth even with the spatula. And go back up, and then we are going to add, I'm going to turn the beater on. We're going to gradually add the sugar and flour, and then I'm going to beat it on like a medium-low speed for 1 to 2 minutes just to make sure it's really, really blended together. And about halfway through that beating time, I'm still going to come in here and push everything away from the sides and bottom of this just to make sure there's no lumps going on. Again, the smoother you can get this, the more perfect the cheesecake is going to turn out. All right, that is just as creamy and beautiful as you could possibly expect. And this is where we're going to start adding liquids. I'm going to go ahead and put in the lemon zest. If you have fresh lemon zest, perfect. I don't. I almost never do. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in, and we're going to go ahead and add the vanilla now and just give that a little bit of a mix. And now we are going to add 5 whole eggs, and they are going in one at a time. So what we're going to do is crack one into a measuring cup, each one separately, and we're going to beat it just until incorporated on a fairly low speed, because at this point is where if you whip it too fast, you could end up incorporating air into the cheesecake, and you don't want to have air bubbles in there. So with that in mind, we're just going to crack the first egg by itself into a measuring cup. Turn the beater on low and add the 1 egg, and just each one by itself at a time. And I'll turn it up to like maybe the next notch, just low. We're just going to beat that just until that egg is incorporated, then I'll scrape down the sides. Because at this point, any lumps that are in this are going to stay. The lumps are going to be there. If they're there now, they're there to stay. Okay, let that one run for a little bit, just for a little minute. And we're going to do the next egg the same way, just 1. Add that. And we'll just put in all 5 this way with a little scrape down in between each one. All right, those are the whole eggs have been added. Give it a little bit of a scrape, but it feels like it's really clean on the sides, so we're good. We'll just go ahead and add the 2 egg yolks to this. Same thing, just 1 at a time. And then on the lowest speed possible, we'll go ahead and add the 1/2 cup of cream. That looks terrific, and it doesn't look like it has any lumps. once we take this out of the bowl, I'm not going to scrape. You can see a little bit of lumps kind of on the beater. I'm going to leave those on the beater because I don't want the lumps that aren't mixed in on, I don't want those to get in in this lovely smooth batter that we've just worked so hard to make. So you can see, I'm just going to kind of lightly get the batter off this, but I don't want to push too hard and get lumps. But if there's any solid looking pieces, you don't want those to get in your batter as much. It's not going to ruin it or anything. I mean, you're not going to be, people won't complain. So now it is time to pour this beautiful batter into the completely cooled crust in the springform pan. And we're gonna put this in the 500-degree preheated oven, and we're gonna bake it for 15 minutes at 500 degrees. And then we're going to turn the oven down without opening it. We're gonna turn the oven temp down to 200 and bake it for 1 more hour at 200. So let's get this in the oven. And because it's going in at 500 degrees to start with, you want to have it on a lower rack rather than a higher rack in the oven, because you will end up with a top to this that's fairly dark, and that's not as desirable. It'll still be delicious, but you don't want it to be overly dark. And then we're actually still not going to take it out of the oven at that point, although we will be turning the oven off and cracking the door to leave this in the oven as it cools down. So the method of cooking this is kind of different than what I've done with anything else. Carefully set that on a lower rack. After 15 minutes has gone by, we're not even gonna peek at the cake. We're actually gonna just turn the oven down to 200 for 1 more hour. And don't open the oven at this point because you're going to let out the heat that it needs to finish cooking this way. So go down to 200 and then set a timer for 1 hour. And we'll come back and check. At the end of 1 hour, we're going to go ahead and turn off the oven. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks amazing. Gorgeous. Gorgeous golden brown. Now what we're gonna do is set a timer for 30 minutes and leave it in there with the door cracked. Okay, it's been a half an hour in the cooling down oven, so we can pull the spoon out and let's take a look. Oh my goodness, this looks so good. That is just absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out, and it's still a little hot to touch. I'm gonna go ahead and get a pot holder. Okay, and that is gonna just go right on a rack. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this cool all the way down on this rack, and then it's gonna get covered, and we'll put it in the fridge for at least 6 hours or overnight. And really the best flavor of this particular cheesecake is going to develop after 1 to 2 days, which is why it's Friday and I'm making this for Sunday for Easter. So if you love a good, deep, dense, heavy baked cheesecake, this is the one that you need to try. It is just, So I will see you back here in 2 days, and we're gonna cut this and I'll show you what it looks like on a plate. I can't wait to have a bite of this. Oh my goodness. See you then. Oh my goodness, you guys, you gotta try this one. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.